Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. Nope. Bless you, child, for you have sinned. I asked you guys to give me some of your darkest sins, some of your confessions, anonymously, and I'm gonna read them to you guys, and I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna judge you like this father would. Am I a father? Am I a priest? I don't know how the rules work, but I will today cast judgment and tell you how to repent for your sins. I feel like I'm definitely in trouble for wearing this, but I don't care, cause I have a heart of kindness. I accidentally called my boss mom in a serious meeting in front of everyone. That's not that bad. You don't have to repent for a simple accident, weirdo. I steal my roommate's socks because he's a dick, but only the left ones. See, I don't see anything wrong here. Am I the problem? I'm always the problem. I catfished my ex as a psychic, and they actually paid me for readings. Diabolical. That is iconic, ironic, wonderful. I guess you should repent one single Hail Mary and look at yourself in the mirror and say you were a bad boy. You're a girl. You're definitely a girl that did that. I can tell. You're a bad girl. I used my neighbor's Wi-Fi, but renamed it to FBI surveillance van so they wouldn't question it. That's smart. Is that a sin? Thou shalt not steal. 2 Hail Marys and pinch yourself on your left nipple. One time I was at a sleepover and everyone had passed out early. I'm sorry. Do not spiteth me. Smite. Smite! One time I was at a sleepover and everyone passed out early. Boring squares. I ended up hooking up with my friend's older brother in the basement. That is just a coming of the age story. Coming of age? I'll stop. The next morning at breakfast, her mom asked why the couch smelled like Axe body spray. And I just said, it must be the dog. They don't even own a dog. Why does the dog smell like Axe body spray? And wouldn't she instead want to ask why it smells so sweaty like Cheetos in there? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, 4 Hail Marys for you. I kissed my cousin at a family reunion on purpose. That's do the whole rosary and then chop up and eat a whole brick of celery. I let my toddler draw on the walls and then blamed the poltergeist when my husband got mad. See, I just feel like you did what you had to do in that situation, and that is perfectly fine. Was it your child? Do you even know that? Or was it a poltergeist? I buy rotisserie chickens and eat them whole in my car. Same. I mean, not same. I mean, I don't do that. I mean, I've never done that. I don't think that's a sin, but that isn't right. But maybe it's right, but it's not right. I steal soaps from hotels and regift them at Christmas. I don't like you. That's a whole sin. You need to go out and buy all of Walmart for the children. You cheap bastard. Unless you're poor, then I feel bad. But still, do better. Draw them a picture. Do something. Rude. My boyfriend cheated on me, so I revenge hooked up with his dad. The dad texted me the next day if we could do it again. I still haven't answered. Hopefully, this boyfriend, you were of age. I'm just gonna hope that. I am a priest, so I have, nope, not gonna go there. Would be funny. That dad should know better. That dad sinned. You did too. You're both bad. I once texted I love you to the wrong person and it was my dentist. Who texts their dentist? I've texted my dentist. He's cool though. But if I told him I loved him, he'd think I was being silly funny, haha. He's cute. I started a fake fan account for myself and it has more followers than my real one. Oh, does it feel good? Does it feel good, pal? I don't think that's a sin. You just want people to love you. I don't know what that feels like. I once peed in a swimming pool while making direct eye contact with someone. I didn't write that one. That one isn't mine. But it could be. I've licked my cat's fur just to see what it tastes like. That's just a curious kid. That's fine. That's not a sin. Your punishment is to lick your cat. Nope. I heard it. I'm going to stop. I'm going to back up. I'm going to reverse. I'm going to pop, lock, and drop it. Drop it. I have a burner account just to argue with people about Nicolas Cage movies. You know what? Valid. That's not a sin. It's kind of cool, but I need to know which way you're arguing, because Nicolas Cage is wonderful. My favorite movie is Long Legs. It makes no sense. But I didn't like it, but I did like it. But I didn't, but I did. But I don't like when things are true crime and then turn paranormal for a way out, it feels like. Okay. I once matched with my teacher on Tinder. I thought it was a catfish, so I swiped for fun. And then he messaged me asking if I needed help with homework. I graduated, but not because of my grades. You're saying teacher, not professor, which makes me think you're in high school, which makes me think that your teacher is a pride-eye-terror and is bad, and you should probably tell a trusted adult. You did not sin, he did, and his punishment is you telling on him. You got those grades. You're good now. But he will get in trouble because that's not all right. I talk to my plants more than my family. That's fine. Sometimes they're better. I put hot sauce in my sibling's shampoo. That would be invigorating. I think that's the opposite of a sin. I think that's a bonus Jonas. I convinced a kid that carrots make you invisible for 10 seconds if you chew fast enough. That's funny. And I can't wait to be a mother because I will be doing those kinds of things a lot. But that's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. I once glued a quarter to the floor just to watch people try to pick it up. Diabolical. You're mean. Not even a bill. You didn't even do a bill on a string. You glued a quarter. Who swoops for a quarter? I would. Whole rosary. Whole rosary. And you have to put hot sauce in a spray bottle and spray it in your eye. Yeah, how you like them quarters? Yeah. I once told my partner I was running errands, but I was actually sitting in my car in a Target parking lot for 2 hours. What's wrong with that? Times you need some me time. That is not a sin. Or, okay, your punishment, 2 more hours in a parking lot. Doom scrolling on your phone, having a great time. I cried at a Burger King commercial. Me too. I cried because it was a poutine, and I just wanted a poutine. And sometimes I think about how the whole world doesn't eat poutine. And then in America, sometimes they call them disco fries, but it still doesn't taste like poutine because they use shredded cheese. They don't use curds in the poutine. Do you like poutine? The poutine consists of fries, extra crispy, curds with melted gravy on top. Have you heard of the poutine? It's Canada's dish. It's amazing. Make it with your family. I love poutines. Do you love poutines? I look the way I do because of poutines. Poutines doesn't taste like a poutine. I rewatch funerals online like movies. Wow, what deep-rooted trauma do you have? Not a sin, but I'm curious. I'd like to know. Please put it in the comments below. Also, do you want to drop your anonymous confession? There'll be a Google Forms in the description down below. It'll be anonymous. Tell me, freaks. Tell me. I want to read them. Make them story format. Fill me up. I once FaceTimed my situationship while I was in bed with someone else. What? Playing the field? God frowns on that kind of drama. You gotta do half the rosary and volunteer at a soup kitchen. I hooked up with my best friend's mom twice. That's just kind of funny. This is Stifler's mom. This is Stifler's mom. This is Stifler's mom. I get it. I used holy water as lube once. It burned, but I didn't stop. I think we need to look a little deeper there because that shouldn't burn because holy water is just water, to be honest with ya. Shouldn't burn. It's probably because you're evil. There's a little evil in you. You must do the whole rosary. You'll probably burn your hands, but we can try. I catfished my own cousin to see if he'd flirt back. He did. That's insane. Why are you doing that? Why are you curious of that? That's none of your business. That's your cousin. That's wrong. You gotta do 4 Hail Marys and walk around the block and then have an ice bath. Cool your jugs off. Weirdo. I once stole a police car for a joyride and brought it back with a full tank. If you didn't get caught, I don't think anything's wrong there. That's funny. That's funny. It makes me want to do it. I won't do it. Don't go out and do it. But am I thinking about it? I am. But imagine that. You go, you see the keys, you leave, you have fun, you filled up gas, you put it back, no one ever knows. This is a victimless crime. You're fine. No Hail Marys. I used to sell my neighbor's Amazon packages on Facebook Marketplace. You're a douche canoe. You are a canoe of douches. That is rude. And that is mean because you know that they have talked to Amazon probably so many times about missing packages that now Amazon thinks that they are just keeping their packages and they're now making them sign for their packages. You're rude and that's unkind. And you have to do the whole rosary 3 times and then you have to buy your neighbor a fruit basket for being a little natty fruit fly and stealing all their shit. I robbed my workplace and then helped them search for the missing money. Was it a giant corporation? I'm kidding. It's not right. Stealers are not cool. Stealers are wheelers and dealers, and they can kneelers down and pray to thy father. I scammed my grandma in a fake psychic reading and used the money to buy weed. Ooh. Got some questions. Is your grandma a bitch? If she's a nice little old lady, then you are a disrespectful child, and you must do 27 Hail Marys, and you must buy your grandmother a house. That's really nice and has so many doilies. But if your grandma is just a bad person, bless. I hooked up at my grandma's funeral. Not just like sneaking in a kiss or something. Full on, skirt up, tights down, action in the church bathroom while my family was singing hymns. The worst part, it wasn't even my boyfriend. It was his brother. What? He gave me his suit jacket to cover up after, and when I went back to sit in the pew, my mom said, "Oh honey, that's such a nice gesture. He lent you his jacket." I have never felt both so ashamed and so turned on in my whole life. You know what? Grief makes you do weird things, and I bet your grandma was at her funeral wondering where you were and went to the bathroom and was like, "Get it! You did not sin, baby. You fought through your own feelings of grief. And for that, I bless you." I snuck into funerals to steal from purses in the coat room during the service. Ah! I hate you. You're a bad person. People are having the hardest time. Why couldn't you just go do it in the bathroom like the last confession? That's the right thing to do, right? You snuck in when people are having the worst day of their lives and took their things. Your punishment, give all the things back and give everybody $20 and kiss them on the mouth and tell them that you were a bad person, and then you go to jail for 7 years. 900 Hail Marys. I accidentally hit a car and left a note with my ex's number. We're walking a line. I know it's bad, but I also think it's funny, so we'll just bypass that. You get away scot-free, because I forgot. I sold fake VIP wristbands to Coachella and made rent money. That's diabolical, and that's terrible, because these are people who don't have probably a lot of money to buy the actual wristband, so they get it from a deal from you, and they go there, and they do everything they can to go, and then they get screwed out of it. I'm got an accent because I'm so upset, because I'm so rude, and he's so mean. You're a dirty little ass face. I don't like you. Your punishment, you're putting on a whole event, and everyone you ever scammed gets to go, and you have to pay for great emo bands from the early 2000s to come play. Good Charlotte, Billy Talent, My Chemical Romance, From First to Last, Simple Plan, Fall Out Boy, Silverstein, Slipknot, Marilyn Manson. You're gonna pay for all of them to come put on a show for everyone you scammed. You freaking douche canoe. I clogged a toilet at a party, panicked, scooped it out, and threw it out the window. You did what you had to do. There are no sins there, my child. You did as you had to. It's gross, but you did it. I once drank bong water because I thought it was iced tea. I used to partake, and bong water is by far the nastiest thing I've ever tasted in my life. That's a sin. You didn't think it was iced tea. You were curious. I know you. I've been you. I wasn't you. I didn't do that. Gosh! I reused a condom because I didn't want to waste money. No! That's a sin. That's not how those work. That's not right. That's wrong. 5 Hail Marys. And you get to spend all your extra money on condoms. Yeah, I'm gonna gag. I roleplayed as Jesus during sex once. I report to him. How am I supposed to He already knows. He's Jesus. He's the all-knowing being. Father, I'm so sorry that I just read that and that you went through it, and then I had to bring up the memory of somebody doing that and pretending to be you. Cause that's not right. That's a sin. What? Yeah, he says you're bad. Y'all do 3 Hail Marys and then you have to goon yourself. No lovers anymore, just gooning. I just learned that term. I hooked up with my coworker in the walk-in freezer while customers waited. It's like shitting on the company dime. No, it's not. Kinda. Ooh. No sin, just funny. I worked at Starbucks once and made a Frappuccino with breast milk on a dare. The customer said it was the best one they ever had. What? That is definitely a health hazard. That's definitely not all right. And I feel like consent needed to be addressed there. But you know, all that makes each other giggle, because we just do things for a dare because it makes you feel something, doesn't it? You have to do 7 Hail Marys, and then you have to do 900 hours of community service at a soup kitchen, and don't bring your breast milk. In high school, I hooked up with a guy under the bleachers. Turns out it was also the janitor's smoke break spot. He just stood there watching and said, "Don't get caught." Oh, he's gooning. He's going home to goon later. And he's knock twice if you think they are a predator. Don't get caught. Did he leave? He watched. Definitely tell your principal about that. Just say you saw somebody else doing it. Just give him a look into it. You never know if there's other victims. You didn't sin. I guess you weren't married. That's okay. It's 2025. One night after breakup, super drunk, I stole a whole rotisserie chicken from Walmart. I ate it in the bathroom at a club while crying. A girl walked in, saw me, and gave me a fork. That's just the girl experience. That's just girls helping girls. There's no sinning there. You were processing. Go ahead, baby. Eat that whole rotisserie chicken. We bless you. I once made out with my best friend's dad at her birthday party. When she came looking for him, I was still wiping frosting off my face. Why you gotta sound so young? You do, and I don't like it. I'm afraid to read it. When I was 17, I babysat for this super bougie family. One night, I invited my boyfriend over after the kids went to bed. We were messing around on their $5,000 Italian leather couch when one of the kids woke up. He wandered downstairs, rubbed his eyes, saw us half naked, and goes, "Are you guys fighting? Do you need me to call the police?" I panicked and I told him we were practicing for a play. The next day, the mom asked me why her son told her I was a really bad actress. They never called me back, but I still think about that couch. You know what? I think that was a quick save. No, I'm a father. It's inappropriate to invite a man over to where you are babysitting. That is a sin. 5 Hail Marys. But if I'm me, I would say, that's funny. That's a good catch. And you have much more balls than I do. You have big father balls. I once had a Tinder date who asked me what the weirdest place I'd ever hooked up was. I didn't have a good answer, so I jokingly said we should do it in a graveyard. He thought I was serious. At 2 a.m. that night, we ended up on top of someone's headstone with a blanket from his trunk. Halfway through, the sprinklers turned on and we ran out soaking wet, tripping over graves. On the way out, he stole flowers from one of the graves and handed them to me like a bouquet. I never saw him again, but I still have the dead lady's roses pressed in a book. Okay, like, it's bad and it's disrespectful, but at the same time, what a memory! You're in the nursing home, your cool, trendy 18-year-old great-great-granddaughter comes in and goes, Grandma, what's a cool story from your childhood or your teenagehood or your 20s? And you have that story, that's sick. But that was rude to do it on. Can you imagine? You're just a ghost and you look up and people banging on your headstone. Like, you've already been through enough. You gone and died. And now these are what these young little kids are doing? Gosh. You gotta do 3 Hail Marys, okay? Because the urges happen, but you did it for the plot. And that's iconic. I grew up super religious. And when I turned 19, I ended up hooking up with a priest from my church. It wasn't me. He was in his 30s, hot, and I swear to God, he made the first move. It started with counseling sessions, but eventually it escalated. We hooked up in the rectory during Lent. I remember he still had the ashes on his forehead. He whispered, "This is our little secret," while still wearing his collar. I left religion after that, but to this day, I still can't sit through mass without blushing. See, this is one of the ones where I get like a little serious, okay? Because this is somebody who has such a role in the community and has such an image to hold up in society and is one of those people that you trust not to do this kind of stuff. And they're the ones that give all the priests a bad name. I would never do it. Well, I just hate when people who are in power take advantage of younger people. You didn't do anything wrong, but he absolutely definitely did. Maybe did a little bit wrong going with it, but still. I worked at McDonald's, and one night when the ice cream machine was broken, it was because I got drunk, climbed on top of it, and pissed inside of it on a dare. The next morning, the manager told me it was clogged again and had somebody clean it out. I still laugh every time people complain about McDonald's ice cream machines never working. That's gross and affects a lot of people, you nasty man. I'm gonna say that you need to do the whole damn rosary and then you're gonna buy a new ice cream machine for that McDonald's on your own dime. I once got revenge on a roommate by scrubbing the insides of the toilet with their toothbrush and putting it back. Hey, if they're bad and they deserve it, they'll never know. When I was 12, my mom threw me a birthday party and invited my whole class. Nobody came, not one person. I sat at the table staring at a full cake with balloons, waiting for the doorbell. My mom tried to make it better by singing alone, but I blew out the candles crying. I've never had a birthday party since. I'm so sorry. You did nothing wrong. Can I come to your birthday? Can I come? I'll come and I'll sing you happy birthday and I'll dress any way you want. Everybody in the comments wish this person a happy birthday. Tell them they didn't deserve that. Okay? When I was a kid, my dad told me he was going to the store for milk. He never came back. For years, I thought he was dead. When I turned 21, I found out he had a whole new family 2 towns over. They have kids my age who look exactly like me. Sometimes I scroll through their Facebook photos like I'm haunting my own life. That's a dark confession. No sins, but I loved it and it was dark and I apologize for that. Guys, if you have a confession, make sure that you hit that link down below. I love doing these videos. Let me know. I'm hoping to get a little sassier with it. I just want to see how this one goes first. See if I'm pissing off anybody pretending to be a father. Gonna be a mother soon though. I don't know. I'm filming this on Monday. It's coming out on Saturday. Will my baby be here by then? I don't know, but my plan is to post a couple days after he's born. So future Selena, if he's here, I hope everything went okay and you're not still so scared you're gonna die. All right, I love you. Until next time, peace out, Boo Crew. Mwah!